Now we have to digitize polygons here, and you start the editor with an empty layer that is ready to accept polygons, and in the Create Features table you set the polygon tool and digitize away, placing the vertices. Now I'm using a strategy where I'm going to digitize multiple features in one big polygon, then I'll split that polygon up and do other editing to get the features that are constituent in that one big polygon separate into their own polygon. So this includes fields and wetlands and ponds and other things. In order to help, I digitize with the display set so that there's a transparency of typically 50 to 70%, so I can see through what's behind it. If it's not transparent, then I can't digitize the features underneath. And for polygon digitizing, it's often good to have a semi-transparent surface. So I can auto-complete a polygon, that is, I start inside a polygon and then digitize outside and then back into the polygon, and it uses that common edge so that I don't have to digitize the same edge twice. I can also use the Cut Polygon tool, where I select the tool there along the toolbar, and I then also select a polygon, digitize out, through, and then out again a polygon, and it cuts off this polygon interior to the existing polygon. So here I am again with a selected polygon starting outside, digitizing through, and ending outside, and I then cut off these polygons. Now notice it'll also use the interior of joined polygons or multiple polygons. I can use this autocomplete again, changing the tools that are available to me in the construction toolkit below and also in the editing toolkit along the top to do various kinds of operations. So I can see I can zip in here and digitize features. Now one of the things I'm going to need is a cut polygon tool, because I could digitize a polygon on top of an existing polygon. The problem is that it creates then two features that occupy the same space. So I have this little polygon that lays on top of the smaller polygon, and I can see this if I click on it, select it, and move one of the polygons. There's geography, or they exist both in the same place, and the areas would be wrong and they'd be double counted. So I don't want to do that. What I can do though is if I click and activate the upper polygon, select it, I can clip using that upper smaller polygon, and it clips the area out of the polygon below it, any polygons below it. So you see now I have two perfectly formed polygons and they match the edge. Also notice that I use that edit undo after that move to demonstrate. So if you ever do something you don't want to do, that edit undo can really be useful. I can autocomplete freehand. Now again, moving back and forth between the various tools. This freehand you don't want to use unless you have a really steady hand. I don't use it much, but if you have a very convoluted feature and you want to put in a lot of vertices, that helps. You don't have to click each vertex. So it sets vertices down in a location. Again, going to my polygon digitizing, sometimes I do make a mistake and I have polygons overlap, or sometimes I just want to digitize in a way where there's a little bit of overlap because it's just easier, but I don't want to have two polygons occupy the same geography. So if I zoom in here to the area where there's overlap, you see, oh, I have two in the same place. That doesn't make sense. So what I can do is say, the one I want to stay in the same place, when I want to stay there, I select it, I go to the editor and I clip, and it clips out polygons that are below it and discards the area below. So now I say I have two perfectly formed polygons that meet along an edge. Now you want to do autocomplete a lot, because that way you don't have to digitize the same area twice. You want to digitize a little more carefully than I am. I'm just doing this quickly for a demonstration. And see that autocomplete will complete joining several polygons. Finally, you can delete. So if you select, then right click and delete, away goes the error.